Hi, I'm Beth Carroll. I am the Volunteer and Neighborhood Engagement Coordinator at Hotel Inc. I'm really thankful that you have decided to volunteer with our organization.
Can you tell us about the role of volunteers at Hotel Inc?
The role of volunteers have shifted quite a lot in the past few years. We were very much doing crisis intervention type work. We had a food pantry, we had a drop-in center, and because there are other organizations that do similar work, we decided we needed to be someone who does something different. And we have shifted towards development. The role of volunteers in that means that we went from a large volunteer base of about 150 people down to about 60. The work changed, and so the numbers weren't as necessary. However, we're also looking for people that are willing to approach charity in a different way.
What is your hope for new volunteers?
My hope for volunteers is that they find it not only rewarding, but that they also find it educational. We are hopeful here that whatever your part is, if it's on a committee, if you are making improvements to some of the homes we own, if you are making lunches, if you're serving a meal, if you're on our advocacy committee and you're trying to change policies for the state, that all those things you do, you know that it will impact our partners, but it will also impact you. Our hope is really transformation in the community as a whole, but also within ourselves.
How has Hotel Inc. changed in the past few years?
In the past few years, we have shifted from fixing and doing things for people to really listening and trying to help people recognize that they have options and that they just need to talk through what those options are, and with encouragement they can hopefully achieve goals in a way they hadn't done before. We've really shifted from a transactional method of charity to a more relational one. We make a lot of mistakes, honestly, but we don't stop there. We never stop at a mistake. We research and we read and we role play and we try things, and sometimes they don't work out great, but we have conversations. We make a point to talk about what we're doing and how we're doing with each other. And we'd hope that as a volunteer, when you have questions, if you've met someone in the community and you thought, oh, that didn't go great, I think there's probably a better way to do that, that you ask us. That's how we learn every day, and that's how we think that you'll learn too, is having those conversations. What have you learned? What questions could I ask, as opposed to what answers that I want to just give people.
What is the overall impact of this approach?
The overall impact is that the community changes, that we are not looking at people's deficits anymore, that as a community we're looking at people's strengths, their assets, their capabilities, their perseverance, and we're finding ways to help them use those strengths to move them forward in their lives.
Any other thoughts?
I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you have chosen to be a part of an organization that really makes volunteers and staff work hard at learning, and knowing that in our learning we are going to change the community.